Andrea Valdez, Texas Monthly Magazine, and I'm bringing you the Manual 2.0. Today, I'm here at Centro Cultural Aztlán in San Antonio with Malena Gonzalez Cid and Emma Ortega, Native American storyteller and local artist. And today we're going to learn how to build an altar. So do you mind telling me a little bit about the actual tradition and where it comes from and how far it dates back?
I think in our research and I think in our own knowledge from our parents and grandparents, we know that this is a centuries-old tradition that came from the Aztecs and the Mayans. It was to honor their dead, and it was tied into the harvest season and the beginning of their new year. When the missionaries and Spaniards came to the Americas, in order to help the conversion of the indigenous people to Christianity, they tied in some of the existing celebrations that the Mayans and the Aztecs were doing to November 1st, which is All Saints Day, and to November 2nd, which is All Souls Day. And from then, I think Emma will explain how a lot of the elements are both meshed with Catholic symbolism, Christian symbolism, with the Native American indigenous traditions of Dia de los Muertos. But it's a remembrance, it's the day to honor our dead, to remember them. And we do it in a celebratory way, we do it in a humorous way, and in a kind of humor and gaiety at the same time, of honoring those that we love, that were part of our lives, which is a beautiful celebration.
Absolutely. I brought some stuff to make my own altar. I was going to honor my grandmother, Maria de Jesus Sainz Vallejo, and I just brought some things that remind me of her. And I suppose the first thing is I have a cover here for my altar that she made for my mother, a tablecloth. And then I just wanted to know where to go from here.
Your highest point would be your flowers, so they would be kind of to the back.
Okay. And these are marigolds, and is there a reason?
One of the stories that I have heard about the marigolds, because I've always asked it why, is that there was this cacique, this chief was leading his people from one place to the other. They had been migrated for years, and many of his people had died along the way, and he didn't want to see anymore the elder ones, or the children die. And he prayed very hard one night and said, please give me a signal to let me know when we have arrived at the place we're supposed to call home. And in the morning when he woke up, all the fields were full of marigolds. And that was a sign that was given to him. But then yours smells so beautiful.
They're very fragrant.
That is the essence. That it reminds us of, it's this time. It's a flower for them. But that was the only story that I have ever heard. I thought, that's a good story.
That is a good story. Okay, so I have the highest point is my flowers.
And now her picture, because she's the one you're honoring.
So it's a small photo. I don't have very many. My grandmother died when I was very young. So this is a picture of her and I at my baptism.
But how beautiful. How beautiful that she has touched you in a way that you remember her. Let's put him in the, not in the bag, but let's give him a little, bring her to the front and maybe put one of the white candles. Kind of give her room, not block her off too much.
Oh, okay.
Right there, up there. And then we have to make room for your food.
Oh, I know, I have a very small altar.
Okay, not a problem. Here, let's pick up a little bit. Table is a little wobbly, and that scares me. Let's put one of the big candles behind her. There we go. And now we have room.
Okay. And I did bring some food. Do you mind telling me a little bit about, I went to the panaderia yesterday, the Mexican bakery, and bought some pan de muerto.
Well, you were lucky. We couldn't find it in San Antonio. And Bedoy is the one that has it, and I couldn't find pan de muerto anywhere. These are what we call calabazas. And here, these are the little bones. All these little things right here are little bones.
So I have some of my food items, and I brought a couple of more things that are food and drink related.
Well, let's squeeze them in.
All right. So I brought some salt and a cup for something for her to drink, and some bananas because that was her favorite fruit. Oh yeah. So I guess it's really important to make sure that you can see the
Then you
person
can see who the altar is being offered to.
Okay.
Who the ofrendas for.
Okay. Do you mind telling me a little bit about the salt?
The salt is okay, that's where the Christianity comes in, the Catholic comes in. The salt is given to us at the time of baptism. It reminds us of the sorrow that we're going to have, that taste in our mouth. When you cry so hard because you're hurting so much sometimes that you can taste the salt in your tears. And that is a reminder of what it is.
Okay.
Now, if you notice, I'm going to have bananas on mine, but mine are for a different reason. In some of our tradition, the bananas are the moon, and the oranges are the sun.
Oh.
It depends what area it comes from, what region it comes from.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And then I have a few more things. Running out of room, but I think we can squeeze them in there, right?
Copal you need. You need your copal. We need to put the copal somewhere.
Okay.
That's a must. That's the cleansing. That's a blessing.
Okay.
So we
and
have
copal is just pine resin, right?
No, copal is a resin from the copal tree.
Okay.
There is a tree called copal, and it's the resin that comes from it.
And so you
do burn it. It smells
Okay.
beautiful.
And is this like a way to lure the spirits back, or?
It's for one, you start off with it's for a cleansing. You
Okay.
cleanse the area, you bless the area with the smoke. And then this is all they're coming to. They're coming for the essence. This is what they're going to take. The next morning after they leave, the food is not as fluffy. The water has already evaporated. The scents are not as strong as when you first make it. This is what they take with them. They take the essence of everything that we put on there. And we put out, like you were doing, her favorite food, or things that she liked the best.
Mm-hmm.
And your cross, you can leave it here.
And this is Christianity, obviously.
Well, we had the cross.
Okay.
We had the cross because we had the 4 directions. Looks good.
It does. It looks very full. Well, thank you so much for teaching me how to build an altar. Yours is very beautiful, and I have ambition to grow mine to be of a grander scale one day. But I really appreciate you taking the time today to help us.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful of you to ask me to do so.